Speaking about Brazil, what if you want to travel there right now? What are the different types of trips you can take? People think of surfing. There are lots of other ways to do it. Scott Mitchem is right here with me. How are you?
I'm well, and you?
I'm good. I'm excited about this because I've always wanted to go to Brazil. I've never been quite sure the right trip to take.
Right.
Let's start with sort of the surf, you call it the surf happy city, is that right?
It's called Florianópolis, or Floripa for short, and it's kind of the center of surfing culture in Brazil. It's not widely known to foreigners, but it's a great destination. It's kind of got a great mix of kind of sophisticated urban environment. It's a state capital, but it's also an island with 42 different beaches, great for surfing and different colonial communities and different things to discover around the island.
So if you're thinking about traveling there, what are the types of places to stay there? Is there a real range from sort of low end to high end? And give us a feel for some of those.
There is. They're kind of on the low end. There are these very charming, very personalized Brazilian inns called pousadas, and of course in the city center you have your larger corporate hotels.
Right.
There are two amazing luxury destinations on the continent just across the bay. Very well-known properties that meet any standard.
And when's the best time to visit this particular part of Brazil?
I think the best time to go to Floripa is just after New Year's and before Carnival, so that kind of height of the Brazilian summer is really best.
Okay, and the temperatures then are sort of?
Just like our summer.
Just like our summer.
Yeah, June, July, August.
All right. Next up, let's talk about the Eco Escape. Now, I mean, are we roughing it there? What are we talking about?
It's really not roughing it, but it really is a truly pristine, kind of undeveloped experience. It's called Fernando de Noronha, and it's an island about 200 miles off the northeast coast. Really fiercely protected nature reserve, but there are hotels there, your again family-owned pousadas, but also more luxury resorts like Pousada Maravilha, which I talk about in the article.
So what types of activities would you be doing during the day? I mean, is it hiking? Are the mountain ranges pretty spectacular there? Give us kind of a feel.
They're incredible, really, and in a country that's kind of known for its beautiful destinations, Fernando de Noronha really is kind of widely considered by Brazilians to be the penultimate destination. Hiking, absolutely. There are some great boat charters. I talk about that in the article. You can go around and anchor in the coves that are otherwise inaccessible just because of the rugged nature of the island. It's really a pristine environment. It's amazing. And
you can do this on, people hear eco travel a lot of times, Scott, and they think, it's going to be all roughing it. I'm going to be staying in a place with a compostable toilet. Not that there's anything wrong with that,
right.
But it's not everybody's cup of tea.
Right.
Give us a feel on the luxury side of things. Can you still go on an eco trip in Brazil and have it be luxurious?
I think that's the beauty of Fernando de Noronha, really. I mean, you can stay at a 5-star resort and have a small kind of impact on the environment, but you still enjoy that kind of eco trip, but not really roughing it. Definitely not.
Not roughing it. All right. So what about art? Now, if you're someone who wants to go for art, there must be a place, a city, or a location there that's better than others.
Sure. Well, of course, Rio, Sao Paulo, they all have great, all the major cities have great art scenes. The Brazilian offering on modern and contemporary art is incredible. But really, in Mitchem, just outside of Belo Horizonte, is really the place to go. It's a world-class cultural center. It's incredible. It's the passion project of a steel magnate called Bernardo Paz, and you can see it there. It's an outdoor sculpture museum / botanical garden spread across 750 acres. It's truly incredible.
And for people who don't know what the art scene is like in Brazil, I mean, is it a lot like what we were just looking at, sort of these modern structures, or give us a feel for the range of the type of art you would see?
Well, in this particular location, it's really a mix of world-class artists from all over the world. You've got Matthew Barney, contemporary artists from Europe, the U.S., etc. It's really a world-class collection of art, and in Mitchem, inside of Brazil, obviously the domestic offering varies widely, and it's largely undiscovered by foreigners. So there's a lot of quality there. It's really inspiring.
Folks you're talking to see a real appetite and demand for travel there, given the excitement about the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio?
Absolutely, people are talking about it a lot. But I think what's really important is that those two events, the World Cup and the Olympics to follow just 2 years later, I think they're really opening the world's mind to other destinations in Brazil like the ones we're talking about. So it's a big country, obviously has a lot to offer.
Absolutely. All right, Scott Mitchem, you read more about that in Off Duty tomorrow. Thanks so much for joining us here on Lunch Break.